Guys, and this is the evaluation pass variation. This variation is just meant to pass the evaluation. I'm thinking to make a standalone indicator and release it for free for public. But nonetheless, first with the default, which meaning the random signals, I took this trade and I will explain the logic behind this trade on the NQ 5 minute today. So stay to so this is where the sell was, right? The next candle. There was the sell, we got filled there. Now, why did I put the break even here? Let me just explain. So for 5 minutes, all I do is just refer 1 hour. Obviously, daily bias and things like that helps. And 1 hour, where can we target? Wherever there is a unfilled gap, which is unfilled imbalance, right? This is unfilled. You can even add the indicator for this fair value gap indicator. Price is attracted towards that. Also, read the current price action. It's clearly bearish locally, right? Look at the displacement candle. And obviously, this was our first target of the liquidity, which has been hit, and market did pull that back up. And this was remaining to be filled. So this should be great take profit level, right? So now I switch back to infinite for the signal. These were the signal. These are the local highs where I put the break even. Once I hit that, I moved my stop to break even, and eventually we hit this low and also this unfilled gap. As simple as that. Okay, as per the stop loss, which people get confused about, for 5 minutes, it should go ideally next break of structure, which would be here, which wouldn't make any sense at all from the RR point of view, right? That would be nuts. So, however, we have a clear gap here. If you go to 15 minutes, there's a couple of gaps there as well, right? That's why I put the stops just above this gap because there's two gaps. If anything, I was expecting market after this sell hit PE, take this liquidity again, tap the EE properly, and then fall back. So it's ended up working nicely, and yeah, nice profits. So that's how to use a little bit of discretion stop loss. So the discretion thing is I'm trying my best to remove and come up with these models where it will show the automatic stop loss and break even, so we don't have to use the discretion part. However, this is the different variation now. This is only meant for evaluation passing, and maybe that does work on the, let me just, maybe does work on the live account. You can try for yourself, and works well for the aggressive passing. Less trades, it will give less trades a month. It can give sometimes 2 trades, 3 trades, 4 trades, 5 trades at max. It won't go above 5 trades a month. So when the say indicator fire signal, you should be ready to pass your evaluation. And I wouldn't full port here like CPI and the NFP trick where we put the buffer and then try to full port, right? I wouldn't do that. However, I would risk aggressively here. Okay, risk aggressively and take profit at 0.5R and stop loss to break even and let it run. So you could literally pause in one trade, 2 trade, it really depends. So I'm starting backtest from January here. We didn't have any signal, so I started from January, and we will be taking trades only on this purple blue, rather sky blue windows, right? So we had the first sell there. So let me just go there on the bar. First sell there, we put the sell, and it's already showing the break-even line also, right? The stop loss here. It happened to be 1 hour, which is also good, right? So once the price hits there, boom, hit, we will just move to break even. As simple as that. Okay. Yeah. Or you can also manually do the 0.5 or okay, it's your choice. But the break even line was shown here, and it's just what ended up working out, which is really good. So the 1-0. So let's wait for the next trade. Mercifully there. It was 1-0. And I will just back this based on signal rather than the reproduction, so I can save the time here. So let's see where the last signal was fired. Here we have a beautiful buy, right? And the model is EVAL, yes. So we would have bought there, correct? Somewhere there, put stop loss here. And target take profit 0.5 or somewhere there, even a little bit more here. Once the 0.5 has been hit, we just move stop loss to break even, and damn, look at that, we capture so much all when we let it run, right? So another win there. So let's see how many signals we get on April here. So that's two wins here. And yes, similar thing here. Here we got stopped out. However, we booked at 0.5. So it works really good for just pausing, right? Because we will be risking aggressively here, and 0.5 or somewhere there, and then we take out our contracts, one contract, two contract, whatever the case may be, and we did ended up getting stopped out, but win is a win nonetheless. We can actually execute on ES looking at MES, if it makes sense, because the signal is based on MES. Anyway, there's no signal there, no signal there, no signal there, no signal there. And even helps with the buffer, of course, getting the buffer on the futures Propfirms. With a beautiful sell which hit the take profit, right? Again, same principle. We sold here, somewhere there. Stop loss was there only. And we booked the profit. It was aiming for how much RR was this? Crazy 5R, but nonetheless, we will take profit at 0.5 or once it's done, we move stop loss to break even. Right? Once the price hit the so much like 1 or 2 or you can obviously keep on trailing. That way you can pause really quickly if you could use the trailing stops and all. So that's what I would do if I were to using this model. 4-0 and so the ATR is selected. Let me just see. Okay, use ATR adjusted AP. This should be disabled because the win rate is slightly lower there. It's gone now, thankfully. But otherwise, the current model without the ATR adjustment, it's 80% win rate. Testing across over 3 years. Here the sell was interesting, right? We got filled there. And also stop loss was there. This is known as the ambiguity, where the single candle before we even enter takes out the TP and whatever. So it should have been invalid. And if it gets filled, it's fine. But the sell itself is showing above it stop loss line, then you might have to use some discretion or just leave the trade altogether. Finally, one loss there, which is good. And yeah, this was the beautiful trade. Hit the 0.5. Right, open low. You would have captured the 0.5 or E. Got the sell somewhere there. 0.5 would be there. Stop loss. And then the next candle open there low and then hit this the so we got stopped out. So another win there. Two buy was beautiful and hit the TPs easily there. So 2 more wins. Yes, easy wins, 2 more wins there. And this buy perhaps I hit the stop loss. Let's see. Let's me dissect that. What's going on? No, actually, it's a win because I'm damn sure we captured 0.5 or so we caught the buy somewhere there. Long buy somewhere there, and we put the stop loss right wherever the indicator is saying. Right. Whole purpose is to take profit. Oh my god, this was like a higher trade anyway. It's 0.5 or somewhere there, right? Which was easily hit the very next candle. Boom, see? In fact, it went all the way up to at least 1 hour. So it's a win. And then we move stop loss to break even, which got stopped out. So another win there. So half of the trades we are getting full DP, remaining half we are getting stopped at 0.5. So it's important to risk aggressively here. It does provide the very less trade, which is the drawback, but it is what it is. It is a drawback and the advantage, right? This buy got stopped out, it seems open. A single candle again. Here there is two options, right? You could have enrolled after we went about the stop loss line with the discretionary, or ignored it altogether. So we got the win on the sell, clean sell. We hit all the take profits, so it's a win. And I ignored this for the reason I mentioned. And we had the sell here. It seems we hit the win again with the 0.5, right? Easily. Stops. We got somewhere there. Somewhere there. And stop loss was here. We easily captured the 0.5 or and moved stop to break even where we got stopped out. So another win. That's it. And actually it produced 11 signals, right? Well, a 10 hour winners with the 90% win rate in these 3 to 4 months, because I just realized I'm in January. Yes, it's good to clear evaluation produces like 3 to 4 months trades a month at max. And let me actually pull out the overall stat. Wait a second. The overall stat is 80% win rate. Just searching. Yes. So overall stat is from last 3 years is 80% win rate. And we had 120 122 trades, average 3 to 4 trades a month, which is should be 4 because it's in 3.9. And the max losing streak was 3. So maybe you blow the account there when there was a 3 losses, right? But otherwise you would have paused very easily. And yeah, that's it. Let me just test what's the average RR, because we're taking a consider the 80 bits, the 0.5, right? So the average RR is From this session itself, we had a 90.9% win rate with 11W1L. So the average RR I'm just searching here. So the average RR is really good, which is I'll just paste here. The average size of a winning trade is 1 hour blended across full wins and partial rescues. So on average, you're getting 1 hour with this high win rate, but you have to be aggressive. Gives less trades though, gives less trades, but the whole purpose is to pause the evaluation or maybe get to the buffer, or maybe you're doing it on live. You can also follow this strategy. Or if there is a daily payout options, whenever the signal occurs, you can take it because we have the connection of the win rate, even the expectancy rate. We know it's high probable. We know we're at least getting the 0.5, right? So that's the whole idea behind it. That's it, guys. I will be releasing this maybe for free privately. Only this model. Remaining model are still in the works, which is I thought of it should be done by last week. However, there is so much data, so much variations. Even there was a bug, and there was one data I collected last Saturday was totally wrong. The entry method was totally wrong. So it is lots of work, guys. So it should be the all model. At least I will select like 3 to 4 good models and then release it to members only with who bought in the tools.wait zone by this weekend for sure. This week for sure. I was trying last week, but it didn't happen, which is fine because what's important is the accuracy and the conviction in the data rather than me releasing something, uh, you know, random, right? So everything should be backed by data, and I'm running over 80 models now. How many? It's like close to 87 models, trying each and every permutation, combination, literally brute force attack. There's a concept in hacking which is the brute force attack. Let's say I need to hack your password, right? And your password is STU12I. This is your simple password. I want to hack your password. One of the classic old school method is the brute force attack. So I need to hack your password, meaning get to know your password. But how do I do it? I literally run a script using the dictionary, using the every permutation combination of special characters, letters, in letters, capital letters, small letters, numbers, right? So when I brute force attack literally every possible combination, come on, we will get the password eventually. Obviously, there are measured security now, but it's the classic brute force attack, and that's what I'm doing. I ran so much multiple permutation combination and come up with these key windows where it produces like crazy high win rate, right? This is variation only for evaluation, and the other variation like 2R. This is one of my favorite model, which I haven't updated yet. 2.2R blended model, which is really good, which is over 60% win rate for 2.2R. Are you serious? It's game changing. But again, I'm using different RR. For example, if you observe here, the indicator was pretty much eyeing 1 to 1 looking at it. But if you just observe some other trades, it was eyeing more RR. See? And the best model still is discretionary model. If you had some of the discretion, you can easily capture trade like this, right? This is the clean win. See what happened there. Boom, 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 boom. See? This is when I actually took it. So yeah, that's it, guys. And yeah, see you soon in the next video, and stay tuned in my Instagram. I might release this today, only the evaluation pass version, that is.